So
Thank you,
for
Jen.
the today's meeting notes first about Lily's reprise the region 2 and it is work actually we'll continue to discuss with VD regarding region 3 and 1. From VD we get booking from Traveloka and try to use this as the feedback cycle. And still wants to do November flash sale promotion to increase the booking number on Traveloka. And then Joseph and Taro has no update, have no update. And then Fira, new card about website campaign. Adding,
Lilith, I don't think you're sharing the right screen. I just see, yeah, I just see us.
Okay, so it's not just me. Yeah, it's
I just
the
I just reload my screen. I thought I'm like
I thought I shared. All right. You see now?
yeah,
Yes.
it's all good now.
Sorry. So I'd like to continue to Fira. Fira has a new card about the website campaign, and actually I don't know how to spell this. This tax basically to increase the SEO benefit, and then increase the website quality by modifying the photos to have better speed. One important for Vira here is we do the basic mistakes on our first Instagram campaign, which is we give the landing page for the people that is booking for long weekend, but the page is about long term, so it is not matched. So in the future we have to match our demand and also our offer, sorry, our supply and also our demand. And then from Jing there is no update. From Wayan, I guess we agree that Wayan only needs to update the card of the canvassers basically on the marketing chapter. Yeah, that's all. If you have any additional, please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Got Lilis. I'll be sharing screen now again. Then I'll be sharing the analytics basically. So give me a moment. Um, okay. All right then. I guess my first comment is, yeah, I see like a big, how do you say, uptick this just latter half of October, which is, I think, like attributed to the long weekend thing. I mean, that's my first assumption, honestly. I guess everybody might agree with that, unless you have anything else to say, basically. And as you see, I just see more orange, which makes sense because they're obviously going to stay this week, basically, right? And yeah, okay. And yeah, the monthly revenue for October now is 33,000. Am I, yeah, reading that correctly? Okay, that I can just say for sure that's way higher than what I've seen since I've started interning here, basically. So that's very good.
Highest we've ever been. Congratulations.
Good job, guys. And yeah, weekly sales as well. Like basically, you can see it in all three of these graphs, basically. However, up after this long weekend in Indonesia to maybe, I don't know, begin
On
marketing.
November. There's no weekend, I guess, on November. So yeah, November will
I
be
see.
really hard.
So just to put it out there, does Indonesia not celebrate things like I know Indonesia does like doing some Americanized type things, so I was wondering if they did things like Thanksgiving or like Black Friday type. You know? I mean, Black Friday is an idea I want to implement it next month, but like I don't know if it's
Hold
much
on a
of
second.
Indonesia.
There might be an opportunity there. There's not Thanksgiving, but let me ask Vidi Lillis. Is 11/11 a big day in Indonesia? November 11th?
November
Usually
11th.
people use it for discounts,
Yeah, Lazada discount or
like
something like
Lazada discount
discount.
from
Okay.
supplier.
That's interesting. This it's a tradition that started in China. It was called Singles Day, right? Because 11/11 is the loneliest day, and it was a way to get single people to sort of spend more money. It's kind of smart in a way. Anyway, uh, maybe over to Fira, that could be your next campaign. I don't know if travel is something that people do, but there is generally a like a sales season on November 11th. So maybe that can be something you can target on your uh, next time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. May I comment on that,
Yeah, of course.
Miss Chair? Okay. I think yeah, that could be a good idea. As what I see on what is it on Shopee, if I'm not mistaken. They're like giving a discount every month for January 1st or February 2nd, like every month on the like what is it? Yeah, the
Like when the
pretty
number
days.
of the day
Yeah,
and then the number of
yeah.
the month coincide. Oh,
Maybe
that's
we
actually
can
really
discuss about that.
Oh,
Maybe that
yeah,
could
that's
be a great
actually, we
idea.
should keep that in mind, basically. And honestly, because I just checked what day 11/11 is, basically. It's on a Wednesday, which is a really awkward time, I think, for somebody to travel on. But at the same time, maybe you give like a 1 day discount if they want to look ahead for winter, I mean, Christmas or and stuff.
That's
Like
a good
maybe they
idea,
can put
actually. That's a pretty
something
good
along
idea,
those
Tara. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, sorry, it's winter. And does anybody want to see any other analytics? Because we have like 30 minutes left of the scrum, and unless you want to see other analytics besides try, yeah, over to Jing. Yeah.
Yeah. Could you, on the monthly revenue chart on the lower left, Tara, would you be able to go up to the next 6 months?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Actually, I wanted to say congratulations to this team because I think you guys are doing really well. Um, and it's not just it's the number show. We did get a cancellation, who dropped us a little bit. I was working just earlier about that, but I think this is going really well. The original goal I set for Tara, or sorry, not Tara, not to Lilith, was to get within 33,000 within 45 days. I think we're there, actually, Lilith. So we set that goal back in about I think late February or not, but well, smoking crack, late September, late September,
Oh,
and and I think we're definitely reaching there. November is not great, but I'm optimistic because it looks like we're starting off November at a higher point than we started off October. So that's pretty good.
mhm.
December, no doubt, I think we're probably going to exceed 33,000, right? Christmas and all that is rolled in. I'm just suggesting maybe to Lilith to think of it this way. Maybe you roll November and December together as a single sort of block. So the idea is, can you get 66 on both months together instead of 33? But either whatever. That's just one sort of way of seeing it. November typically is a low season. The other stat would like to kind of take a look at is the second panel on growth. So that's sort of like in the top bar. I believe we're in the 80s now. If we can look on October, okay, so for October, yeah, we're in the 89s, which is really good.
Oh, we really like
Yeah,
increased for sure.
yeah, yeah. So we were down. We're about 10% down, or we're I don't know. If you look at the growth compared to back in March, or sorry, I'm smoking. What's wrong with me today?
May. May is the lowest one.
It's all
Hey,
good.
yeah, uh,
Very different.
yeah, it was really bad. We had only about like 5%, like sort of margin from 100% collapse. So now we have a little bit more margin. I'm looking at it from the ground up, right? We have about a 10% margin now from the previous year. So that's double, which is good, which is actually quite promising if you're just looking at stats. So it does mean that we are headed the right way. My suggestion to everybody here is this has been good, and I think it's because we have a great team. We have people who are sharp, timely, and we have a great sort of flow. The system is also good, but think about ways where you could expand the system. What could you kind of add to the system to get it more, even more productive? The most vital way is probably to add more campaigns, right? That's where hospitality innovation comes in. Imagine what is a new campaign that you can add to sort of add a new revenue funnel into the overall growth. The other way is to do essentially what I think what Vera is doing. What is a possible way to optimize an existing kind of campaign on the website, through Instagram? How can we do it better? Each of those dimensions of optimization on the campaign level, on the SLA level, should result in a way of getting out of this and into a growth pattern. So good job. I think we're there. Um, and I get excited because I think about this sometimes. I'm thinking about all the other types of companies right now that are not running at all, like group travel companies, like corporate travel companies, like all these things that we had originally talked about. I believe that our system is probably more efficient and faster and more lean and better than most of these companies did in their peak anyway. So if you'd like to kind of explore in a bit more radical way, think about maybe how would you take group travel and make a campaign out of it? How would you take like, I don't know, Chinese package tours and make a campaign out of it? So you could sort of start seeing that type of scaling happening across this business. And that would be pretty exciting to see. If you have, let's say, 50 campaigns, one for, I don't know, Indonesian corporate travel, one for Indonesian student travel, one for
Right.
Chinese group travel, one for, whatever, right? Right, one for Airbnb. So it just becomes like a universe of all these different campaigns. Okay. Anyways, that's my vision. That's a vision that I'd like to share. Hopefully, I think everyone can understand that. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of opportunities I think for that. But we
Yeah.
got to the first milestone. Good.
Yeah, for
I think
sure. I
Lila
think
should celebrate
really,
and announce
yeah.
it to everyone.
Sorry?
I think Lila should announce it to everyone so that I know there's a possibility cancellations will bring us back and it might be premature, but I think we'll be fine, right? We got like 5 more days. We look at our daily sales rate, we're probably in the clear. So I think it's good to say, hey, look, we crossed over on this milestone, and and start thinking about like, okay, all right, what can we do next, right? And who we should give credit to, also.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, sir. I think. Okay, I'll now announce it. Back to time.
Oh, announce what exactly? I'm a bit confused with what she should be announcing.
The achievement that we already achieved. Our target is $33,000.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes.
Yeah, it's up at the top of the all hands. It's like the number one company goal. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, that is a very good achievement. And honestly, I've only seen the company growing up since I've been interning here. So that's a really I mean, that's a very positive thing for me to say, I swear. Like,
That's awesome.
and I guess we can quickly look at RM tools like for a minute, and then we can go to discussion management basically. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. All right then. Yeah, I put it for this month. Okay, now I put it for this month properly. I expected, yeah, most people are just like asking for villas with the whole tuna dolphin analogy. It's like mostly like dolphins right now, right? Like, yes, I'm getting confused with my fish, but yes. But then if we look at the popular area inquiry, yeah, like it's mostly a Jogja, which I can confirm because like on Instagram, it's mostly like young Indonesians asking to stay somewhere in Jogja, basically. Like, I mean, yeah, so it's for sure. I think the pivot to focusing on targeting Indonesians and also like optimizing Jogja properties and stuff, like it's really, I think it's really working out. Also, I just wanted to add, I can't check booking like inquiries and stuff, like that's just gone from the VD sandbox basically. Okay, cool. It's not just me. All right. Does anybody else have any insights they want to say on this page besides what I had already mentioned, basically? Okay, if not, then now we can go to discussion management. Yeah, I think it's a good time to go anyway. So, all right. Here we go. Okay, then. I think we should start probably with yeah, with Kat Lilis's how long will we use like the flat pricing strategy? Yeah, over to Kat Lilis to explain this one. Oh.
Sorry, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually my questions. We have been doing the flat pricing since I guess April. Then actually I already discussed with Vidi, but I'm not sure regarding the answer basically. So uh, we set the flat pricing until December 20th. But do you think, guys, it should be lengthened or something like that?
2021 or 20, like when December 20th, 2021 or 2020?
20th, December 20th.
Okay.
Oh,
I think it's
Yeah,
run longer than that actually, but okay.
yeah. Fidi first, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe to simplify the question, whether after Christmas and New Year, it should be still be flat because
Yeah,
both
yeah.
Lilith and I have decided that it should still be flat, but we just can't like figure out the month. Let's say Lilith said she'll set until February. I'll set that it should be set until January 1st. What are your guys' thought? You guys' thoughts regarding this one? Should it be extended until March, for example?
over to Fira first then.
Thank you. So yeah, I think if what Vidi has shared before, like the news about vaccine, which the vaccine will be distributed this November, I think it will be positive if we can, what is it like, change the flat price on January. But if it's not, if we haven't got the vaccine yet, so I think we can like extend the flat pricing. I think until February or March. I think, yeah. Maybe you have any
I
idea?
think
Anyone?
I kind of agree with Fira here. Just keep up with the COVID situation, basically, just because, yeah, that can affect a lot, that's for sure. And I mean, from what I've understood from the vaccine distribution in Indonesia, is it not for healthcare workers first, though, not for like the general public yet? So that might like, I mean, I don't think the healthcare workers are the ones being targeted here, I guess, and they're the ones who are probably getting the vaccines first. Yeah, back to Fira, if you, yeah.
Sorry, I just want to add one point again. I think if we, other than vaccine, we can also consider if maybe if the international flight already open, we can also. I think it's a good sign as well to what is it like, uh, put the higher price.
Uh, um, I mean, I can only speak from the European side, I guess, just to add, if everybody wants to hear. That is coming from me. I'm sorry about the drill. Okay. Just a quick update on the EU. It is not a good situation right now. If anything, it's just getting worse because I think we're basically in the second wave over here. And then all the governments are just like really scrambling, and it's like some people are in lockdown and we're all kind of in lockdown, but then we're not. And like, so the traveling, like when it comes to traveling, it's even more confusing basically. So I wouldn't really depend on Europeans right now, basically. It really depends on which ones. Like for example, I'm not speaking about Russians, for example. They're not in the EU anyway. So I'm mostly talking about Western Europe and the mess that it is here right now. So if you are going to target Europeans, maybe the northern, like the Scandinavians, because they were doing better this whole time, basically. And I mostly see. I mean, I saw an inquiry on Facebook coming from this Swedish guy, and he seemed really optimistic about coming early next year, like in February. So I think people from around that area might be better as a target. You really have to hone down when it comes to Europe. That's all I got to say. If you're going to focus on international or start thinking about international people again. And then, I mean, I guess the US, because it was also one of the top guest origin, like on the analytics. I don't think it's faring so well right now. Like generally speaking, it just does not have a good image, and I don't think people in America are really in the mood for traveling basically at the moment, right? Even also for the fact that I don't think they can. They're even recommended to leave the country right now. So I think like the top two foreign like origin of guests basically. So like Europe, the US, or just North America. Yeah, like not the best time, basically. At least that's my point of view on it. Yeah, I'm done. Okay, does anybody have any comments to do with me or just any further comments for Lilith's question? Oh yeah, over to Jing.
Okay, thank you, Tara and Fira, for those really interesting ideas. I think, especially Fira, welcome. It's really good hearing somebody always throwing ideas out there. I think these are the things that you're talking about are what I would call leading indicators or leading signals, right? They could be happening, vaccine, whatever. These would happen, but I think the signals we need to look at are a little bit more like lagging indicators, right? So let's say a vaccine happens. Between that and the point where, let's say, Tara, people feel comfortable to travel. Could be months,
Yeah.
could be years, could be any extended
Yeah.
amount of time, right? I have a very simple proposal, and it's just kind of bear with me here, okay? You take a bar graph of every single date into the future, okay, for the next 400, 500 days, whatever it might be, okay? Take the bar graph, it's a histogram. So height represents number of bookings, x-axis represents the date. If you start seeing that there's a big concentration of bookings around a certain date, that's the date you need to increase the price for. And that's it. Make sense?
Okay.
Does that work for everyone?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I do agree, like Farah's comments are really good. Like we do have to keep in mind of all these things that she said, but it's also a lot of things to keep track of. And I think it's just so unpredictable right now that like it might not be a good idea to always be like, how do you say, anticipating the next big change because then you'll always be pivoting and might be a bit tiring. Like there won't be any consistency. At least that's what I think.
So, just take that, right? Just take a look at where the demand is, and on where there's concentrated demand, those are the dates you probably should raise the price on. If there is no concentrated demand, then probably no good reason to stop flat pricing. If I'm not mistaken, right now we've sort of escaped flat pricing in the same method. Okay, there is seasonality a little bit, as we can see, because there's a long weekend coming up. We're getting a lot more bookings than what we normally would see. So there is seasonality, meaning there is some dates that are more desirable than other dates. Again, so that means that Lilith, flat pricing doesn't make sense anymore, right? Because there are going to be dates that are going to be more targeted. We just need to know what those dates look like. I think it's just a visualization issue. If we can visualize what dates are in demand, like how many room nights have we sold on December 31st versus January 15th? If it's 16 times more, then it's probably a very in demand date, right? So based on the data, and that would be what I would call the lagging indicator. This is the last thing that would happen. Based on that, then we know specifically, not like the big market signals are good to know, but we know specifically in the way it relates to us what we need to do.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I think we're all in general like agreement with what you said, Jing. Yeah. I think if we don't already have a visualization for what you just said, then yeah, BD or just like product development whenever you guys have time, like soon, that would be great if you could visualize that. Does anybody else have anything to add? Wayana or Joseph, maybe? Just really quickly. Oh, yeah, back to Jane.
Let me just ask Vidi that. Vidi, how difficult would that be to create?
From internal data, it won't be hard to create
Okay,
actually.
all right. We should probably would that and going back to Lilith actually to conclude the discussion. Lilith, do you think that would help us understand and also help our partners understand about a flat pricing strategy?
For the visualization.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I think so. I agree with that. But another things that we should done first is because we have so many properties, right? And we still have difficulties on pushing the price, basically. Yeah, yeah. First, I would like to do is to coordinate with the product development team whether we can do automatically push the price in a bulk, basically.
Okay.
If that can be done, any kind of pricing strategy would work. I mean, yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
All right.
Yep. Thank
Okay.
you, to Tara.
Yeah, then next to Lilith's other question about adjusting Airbnb. Yeah, back to you again. Is
Oh, yep. That's actually about the commission about Airbnb is 15%, right? Start from December 7th. So should we
yeah,
adapt like 15% or 13%? Because Airbnb service fee before is 3%. Perhaps this
uh,
is simple questions.
I, oh, it's the floor is open to anybody.
That's a good
Well,
question. What do the guests pay a fee at all anymore? Do they have a 3%? Okay, so Airbnb took a 3%. Huh? Airbnb took a 3% loss?
But it depends, right? Because for guest side, it could range from 12% to 15% depending on the service fee and also
Ah,
so
I see.
in most cases, if the service fee itself is already 12%, then
I see. Okay, so Airbnb is actually taking 12%. Okay, interesting. Because 3% is generally what credit cards charge to process payments. So interesting. Okay, all right. Fascinating.
um, so does anybody maybe Kapini, because you were the first person who mentioned this change
oh yeah,
in me,
for me
like
it's simple. Maybe just treat Airbnb just like other OTAs. We raise it by 15%.
Yep.
So 15% increase.
Yep.
Wait,
Uh,
wait, is it 15%? Wait, let's do the math. Okay, let's say currently, right? Let's say we sell something for 100. The guest would pay 115. So then we would get now 85% of 115. Is that the same thing?
Yeah,
No, Vidi,
it,
it's 117, isn't it?
because of the 3% also.
No, I mean like if okay. So remember, X like okay. Oh, we'll have some discussion about this. Okay, I won't hold everyone's time. But
yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's 15%. It might be a divide by 85%.
I think it will be we will receive lower than that, basically, because when we this is on Toket we have a price adjustment, right? So
Right.
when that's 15%, it will be the base price crossed by 1.15, and then we will get 0.85
Yeah.
lower than 100 basically if the base is 100.
Right. Right. So you take 100 and you divide by 0.85, and that would tell you what your sale price would be, right?
Yep.
Makes it 17. It's 117 you would need to sell it for. So it'd be a
All
17%
right.
increase, which is a little bit weird. Okay. All right. Well, let's. But I think we mean the same thing, right? We basically mean that we would get the same input as what we currently get after the. Okay.
I guess you guys could unwrap this even further in a sub
Sure.
discussion and then get back to us probably next week
Yeah.
with a decision. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, as I see that we only have like around 4 minutes left, I would like to propose to extend by an extra 5 minutes past normal time, just so we can cover everything. So the next question is, oh yeah, got Lilis's again. What should we do with the agent campaign? I think this is also related to Joseph, right? So yeah, over to you again, Kat Lilis.
I guess I would prefer to discuss Jing's question regarding SLA to Fira.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, as if I just assumed I was going in terms of
Because yeah, because it is related basically.
Okay.
Because it is related.
Oh, I see. Okay, then Jing's question regarding
Right.
delegating as a
Okay, so we're continuing our discussion about parallel and sequential delegation from, I think, leadership. Oh, no, Diego's here already. Okay, welcome, Diego.
Hello.
Hey, sir, how
Sorry,
you
a
doing?
bit late.
Okay, I guess Diego.
I'm good. I'm good. So many people here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Diego, I believe our meeting starts in about 3 minutes. Could we get a little 3 more minutes and then we'll come back in? Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay.
I'll see you around.
Okay. Thank you. That's
Cool.
for our trusted community discussion. So I guess you guys will have to move in a little bit.
If you guys want, I guess we should just really quickly. We should move to Bukit Vista 2, right?
Afterwards,
Yeah.
yeah, you can take the 3 minutes and then we'll move. Okay, so as it relates to Fira, the discussion is basically around parallel or sequential. What or campaign? Campaign would be, I would think, parallel delegation. If you want, so I'm just asking what you guys want to do about that.
Actually, related to SLA delegation. Kind of. Do you mean internal SLA or the sales SLA or?
It can be anything, right? So
Yeah.
one of the things there's 3 ways kind of like to delegate. The first way is to take an existing SLA and break it into, let's say, 2 chunks, right? So there's a front chunk and a back chunk to the SLA. So you can bring a new person in and say, okay, I used to have to do the whole thing from start to finish. Now I do it from start to middle. You do it from middle to finish. Or rather, it should be you do it from start to middle. I do it from middle to finish. So that's one way of breaking on SLA. The other way is to say, all right, I used to do this campaign. Now this campaign is your campaign and you run the campaign. The other way to do it is, or the other way is to delegate the entire SLA to the new person, start to finish, right? That's a parallel delegation. So
Right.
the reason I think of it is each of you here probably want to grow, right? So you grow by being able to delegate an existing SLA or part of an existing SLA to a new person. And then you're managing now, right? Which allows your time to free up to think about new things, like maybe innovating something or whatever, right? This is very ZPD dependent, but I think Farah is pretty strong on certain ZPDs. And so, anyways, I'm just raising the question, and then we can I guess, show me the result afterwards. Yeah, but I think it's a good question to raise.
I see it's already time, so I think we should first move rooms. Good luck, Jing, with what you're gonna do right now.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not